Hello, my name is Patty Wilson, and I'm a health and fitness expert and transformational coach. And I'm coming to you today from beautiful Switzerland. I am so honored and so excited to share this special video message teaching with you today because of Winspiration and because of this global synergy day that they've created May 7th that is all across the world globally, and I think it's a wonderful movement, and I can't wait to see where it goes in the next year and the next year, because I think bringing the world together on one day to create this energy of self-empowerment is absolutely beautiful. So with that being said, today I would like to share something that I think is truly close to my heart, and I want to help others to feel empowered when it comes to this topic, and that is taking over your power with food and truly learning to listen to your body and love your body, accepting yourself, and getting over the struggle with food. Now, this is a topic that honestly I could go on for days and days and days about, but I don't have all that time with you guys today, and what I want to do is just share I want to ask you 4 questions and just share 4 simple tips with you that I think can help you in beginning that journey to a better relationship with food and with yourself and loving yourself. So with that being said, I'd like to ask you guys to just grab a pad of paper and a pen and maybe jot down some notes or answer some of the questions with me, and let's see what you take out of this, and hopefully you get something out of it. So my first question that I want to ask you is, how many of you are part of the Clean Plate Club? You know, where you were brought up as a kid to clean your plate, eat everything on your plate, and then you can go play, or then you can get up and leave the table. Yes, I was there too. My parents made sure that I finished everything, even down to those vegetables that I hated. Now, I'm not saying that this is a bad thing, and I'm not saying that it's a good thing. What I'm simply trying to point out to you here today is that if you think about it, this is where it was instilled in our heads to eat everything on our plate, whether or not we were still hungry or not, or if we were full, it didn't matter, finish it. We've adapted that, a lot of people have, and they've taken that into their adulthood. So what I'm saying here is that get rid of that thought process, and if you're hungry, if you're full and you're not done with the stuff, with the food on your plate, push it away. Ask the waiter to take it away. Get up and put the food away. You don't have to finish what's on your plate. If you're full, you're done. Throw it out, put it away. Do not feel like you have to force yourself to eat the food. This is the first step in taking back your power with food. Okay, so question number 2. How many of you are addicted to the thought of food? Yes, I said addicted to the thought of food. And this is an addiction. You know, where you sit there and you're constantly thinking about, what am I going to eat today? Oh, when am I going to eat next? What am I going to eat? Is this good for me? Is it bad for me? Oh, I don't know. What time is it? Am I going to eat again? It's this constant chatter in your head that, like, literally you can't think of anything else but food. This is where I say my tip to you is, listen to your body. Truly learn to listen to the hunger signals that come to you, or the signals in your body that will tell you that you're hungry. And that is, first off, you're going to get probably a little bit lightheaded, or you might get a little grumpy. I know I do when I'm hungry. And the biggest hint is that your stomach will start growling. So if you feel these sensations, then what I say is ask yourself, okay, what am I really hungry for? And the more you practice this, the easier it will get. So if you one morning for breakfast want oatmeal, you know what? have oatmeal. Who cares if it's got a lot of carbs or if it's a little bit more calories than you're normally used to? Just eat it. Listen to your body. Because tomorrow you might be craving something totally different. You may want a protein shake, and that's okay too. Food is nourishment. Food is meant to help you to grow. You got to give yourself some variety, because variety is key in your nutrition in order for you to get out of that addiction pattern of always thinking about food, always thinking about when you're going to eat. Because if you truly satisfy yourself at every meal, then you're not going to have that constant mind chatter going on. So that is my tip number 2. Question number 3, and this one's a good one. How many of you still weigh yourself every morning? Yep, I thought so. I used to be guilty of that too. There were moments where I would weigh myself 3 to 4 times a day. And sometimes that was 3 to 4 times in the morning before I would even go to work. Talk about an awful relationship with my body. I come from a background of competing. So I competed for over 7 years, and I constantly was in that cycle, that roller coaster of weighing myself every day, making sure that, I was sticking to a certain type of a diet. And what I'm trying to say here is that the scale is not accurate. The scale can fluctuate daily. I don't care if you eat the same thing every day. One day you may wake up and go weigh yourself, and guess what? You gain 3 pounds. The next day you might get on the scale and you lost 5 pounds. It all depends on how hydrated you are, for one. It also depends on maybe how much salt you had the day before. For women, it can depend on that time of the month. So what I'm simply saying here is that the scale is not accurate. The scale sucks. So get rid of it. And that's what I'm going to ask you guys to do right now. If you have a scale in your house and you truly want to take back your power with food and with your body and with loving yourself, throw that away. Go throw it away now. I can't tell you the last time I weighed myself, and honestly, I am the happiest that I've ever been. I think once you get to learn to really truly look at your body and accept your body and love yourself, you can tell when you've gained a little bit of weight. Your clothes will fit differently. You can see it. So, you know what, on those days, if you did put on a couple extra pounds, you feel like, don't be hard on yourself. Just maybe change your diet that day and maybe have a little bit more vegetables and drink extra water that day. So that's my 3rd tip. Throw away the scale. Get rid of it. And then make space for something else. Okay, moving on to question number 4. How many of you are multitaskers? You know, the type of multitasker that sits down with their food and they're scrolling through Facebook. Oh, let's see what so-and-so is doing. Let's see what this picture is all about. Yes. Or you are driving and you're eating in your car at the stoplight frantically. Or another guilty thing that some people do is they work at their desk and they're working at the same time while they're eating or they're reading. This, to me, I think is one of the biggest issues with overeating and food dissatisfaction, is because you're constantly somewhere else. You're not involved with your food. You're not taking time to really enjoy it. So my tip here is to stop multitasking. Give yourself at least 10 minutes to just enjoy your meals or your snack. Sit down and take time to really look at your food, smell your food, taste your food, feel what it feels like going into your body. And this will help to break that pattern of, for one, having dissatisfaction with your food. And another thing is you'll honestly be able to then tell whether or not you're full or you're still hungry. And another, I'm going to give you 2 tips on this one. What I think also is that when you're eating, put your fork down after each bite and chew your food. Learn to really chew and appreciate the food, and then pick up your fork again. Do this a few times. Do it daily. Eventually, it's going to become a habit. Yeah, it might seem silly at first, but the more you do it, the easier it becomes, and then you're not even thinking about it. But give yourself that time. Take back your power when you're eating, and just give yourself 10 minutes. That's the biggest thing. And then you can truly learn to listen to the different things that are going on in your head while you're eating, and you're feeling the food going through your body. So the main thing that I want to get my point across with you guys with this video is that I used to, and the reason why I feel like this is such a big thing in my life is because I used to be one of those chronic dieters that was always looking for the next diet, always on a diet. I can't eat this, I can't eat that. Oh, I have to count my calories. I come from a world of competing, and I competed for over 7 years. And it was honestly, on the outside, I looked great. I had the perfect body, but truly and honestly, inside, I was miserable. I was unhealthy. My hormones were a mess. I was starving. And it caused a lot of issues for me as far as my relationship with my body and with food. And it even caused an eating disorder with me. And it took a long time to get over that. But once I introduced myself to intuitive eating and actually really taking time to get rid of the restrictions and reprogram my mind, I have not been happier in my life than I am now. And I eat whatever I want. I enjoy whatever I eat, and I don't feel bad about it. And yes, I'm going to have those days where I'm going to go a little overboard, and that's okay. But everything in moderation. And don't beat yourself up if you have a bad day. And if there's one message that I want to get across to you guys today, that is, you can reprogram your mind. You can get rid of old programmings and old patterns. So don't think to yourself for 1 minute that the way you are now is the way you have to be in a year. It's scientifically proven that we can change our minds. So with that, you got to practice. You got to get consistent on a new behavior that you want to do. You've got to continue to do it over and over and over again. And it's like working out, for instance. The more you work out, the more muscle you build. You need to work at it a few weeks. It doesn't just happen overnight. That's what I'm saying with your brain. Your brain is the biggest muscle, and the more you program the information in that you want, you wash out that old programming, and eventually it's a new habit that you've formed, and you'll be much happier. So I really, truly hope that one of these tips that I have given you today, which I'm going to go over them one more time with you, just in case you may have forgot them or you forgot to write them down. So, tip number 1 is get out of the clean plate mentality. Stop when you're full. It's okay. Push it away. Tip number 2, stop the addiction with food. Listen to your body. It will truly determine and tell you when you're hungry. Tip number 3, throw away your scales. Throw them away. Get rid of it. No more weighing yourself. Go off of how your clothes feel and how your body looks. Learn about yourself. And tip number 4 is stop multitasking. Take 10 minutes for yourself to really learn to enjoy your food and to enjoy your relationship with yourself when you're eating. So I really hope that this touched you in some way and that you got something of value out of this little video. I just want to wish you guys all a very, very happy journey in your life. Happy Winspiration Day. Get out there, take back your power, learn to love yourself, learn to accept yourself, and really, truly have a beautiful relationship with food. And it's okay to eat what you want. Have a wonderful day.